Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. You know, I thought we probably wouldn't have to deal much with TM30 after a few years ago. It was a major issue, and then I kind of thought, oh, that'll kind of fall by the wayside. Well, apparently not. Thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, pattayamail.com. Before I get into this, for those who are unaware, I do kind of forget this at times. I kind of view this whole channel as like an ongoing river, and I forget that people that watch this channel haven't watched every one of my videos. My God, if you have watched every one of my videos, Lord, do I feel sorry for you, because wow, that I can't believe I made them all, let alone somebody might have watched them all. I hope that's not the case, but anybody that has, I certainly do appreciate it. Thanks a lot. In any event, TM30, what is it? It's an address reporting requirement associated with Thai immigration. You've got to report your address to Thai immigration if you're going to stay in Thailand for 90-day intervals, past 90 days. So if you're going to live in Thailand, you basically have, and you're a foreign national, you have to file what's called a TM30. So again, I thought of making this after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, that's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Pattaya Expats Recommend Changes to Immigration and Driving License Rules. I thought the title of this was kind of funny. Again, let me just read that again. Pattaya Expats Recommend Changes to Immigration and Driving License Rules. I kind of thought of the film Fever Pitch with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore. He's like a massive Red Sox fan, and there's a scene where she's talking to him and he's talking to her about he's got to go watch spring training. He's a big baseball fan. He's going to go watch his favorite team train for the upcoming season. And she says, well, why do you do that? And he says, oh, I don't know, because we get to look at the new players and, we make our decisions and recommendations about, who should play in the upcoming season. And his girlfriend, Drew Barrymore, turns around and asks him, and the Red Sox ask you for this advice? And he turns around and he says, well, no, not yet. And it's funny because they're never going to ask for his advice. And the reason I think that's a little funny, and I sort of thought of that when I read that article, is, again, just to quote it again, Pattaya expats recommend changes to immigration and driving license rules. I'm sure that they do, but Thai immigration is probably not. It's like the Red Sox. They might, and they ask you about this? Well, not yet. I mean, and let's be clear, Thai immigration takes feedback, but if the feedback is just, I don't like waiting in lines at immigration, the response is going to be, well, yeah, welcome to the club. Nobody does. We get that, I'm not making light of this, by the way. I've been through the immigration process myself in Thailand. I know what it's like to sit around in a Thai immigration office for the better part of a day or multiple days to try and get whatever documentation it is you need to get on down the road. I get it. I really, really do. But when I read headlines like that, it just kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. It's like, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that they utterly don't care what you have to say, although I've done videos on that before. But just kind of remember that, yeah, what you want might not necessarily be anything that's a priority at all to the folks that actually have to administer, enforce, and apply relevant law in a bureaucratic setting. So again, going back to this Pattaya Mail, pattayamail.com, Pattaya expats recommend changes to immigration and driving license rules. Quoting directly, a random survey of 100 Pattaya expats has thrown up suggestions to reduce overcrowding at immigration offices and transportation offices. Almost all those surveyed were dismayed by the ongoing queues at local immigration every workday, and especially on Mondays. They claim that the majority of those queuing were new arrivals reporting their local address on the infamous TM30 forms, which require proof of residence such as a hotel receipt, a rental agreement, and even a, quote, Tebian Ban, unquote, or property ownership booklet. What they're talking about there, Tebian Ban, it means house registration book, or house registration specifically. And what it is it's a house book. We've shown them on this video, on this channel before. It's a book. It's like an identity document. In any event, going back to what we initially were talking about, is TM30. Yeah, it does appear to be a major issue under certain circumstances for folks. It does appear to be kind of clogging up the lines at immigration. That being said, it's just kind of a given, and I don't see it going away anytime soon.